Hey, welcome. You know, I have all these like normal videos and all these like home repair videos to publish and edit, and car repair videos and vlogs, and I have my archives like goes back months. And here I am neglecting all that and publishing full videos. There's a reason for that, and it's just, this is what I love to do. And this is what I do. This is where my heart is. So anyway, this rack coming up is a tough one, and it at first glance it might not appear really that hard, but it is. And sometimes we have to use our creativity to come up with alternatives and solutions to these problems. And sometimes we have to take an extra minute or two before we get down and shoot anything. It's real easy to resort back to the old days of just shooting, one or two balls at a time, and just saying, you know what, this is too much to think about. Let's just get on with it. It's real easy to throw in the towel, and that's how you're going to get in trouble. And so it takes a little bit of self-talk to remind yourself that you can do this. It's just going to take a little bit longer, a little more thought and a little more creativity to do it right. So let's not throw in the towel and surrender this game to your opponent, and let's do what you have to do. You'll see what I mean as we come up through it. Thanks again for coming by. There's a lot to learn here, as with all my videos. If you haven't gone through the whole archive, well, the first and then pulling billiards with John Disque playlist. The first, I don't know how many, are just me shooting pools. You skip by them until you see the thumbnails getting better, where it says advanced 9-ball. And that's when I started taking it serious, and it's like, you know what, let's not just show off for the camera. Let's try to help people. Anyhow, let's get on with it, man. Roll the bean footage, Jen. Lots of issues, man. Yeah, this table might appear to be easy to an amateur player, but there's serious problems here. It's going to take a little bit of creativity to run this rack. I think we should just take them as we come. The first big issue is this 5 ball, the 5 to the 6. It's a glaring problem. And normally, if the problem is the 8 ball and the 9 ball, both getting in the game. Normally, let's turn the volume down. I always forget. Right, normally, I would come down to this rail on this 5 ball and shoot 3 rails back to this rail here and get the angle to get back up on the 7 ball and get over here where this 2 ball is. This is on the 5 to the 6, and the 6 is in the middle of the head rail. And it's an issue. And even if this 8 ball wasn't here, to come down 3 rails on this side, it's going to hit the 9 ball. It's heading right into the 9 ball. And it's the same way. If that 8 ball wasn't there, we came down here, you're risking going straight into that 9 ball, trying to get back to where this 2 ball is. That's the big issue. So another big problem is the 6 is in the way of shooting the 4. And again, this is the beach ball here. So you have all these balls in the way of traffic. And another one is a 7 ball. But we're going to cross these bridges as we come to them in this video. But for a quick graph, let's cut right there and I'll show you the problem on the 5. And we'll pause this after I shoot the 5 ball and we get through this problem. Alright, so the issue here is the 5 ball to the 6 ball. And we've determined we can't go 3 rails from this side on the 5 ball and go back to this position. You're looking to get somewhere near the break line on this side with the cue ball after shooting the 5. The 8 ball's in the way, obviously, and even if it wasn't, you're bouncing 2 rails and going straight into the 9 ball. If we got down here to go 3 rails and bounce off this rail and come back to this rail and try to get down by the break line, the 9 ball's in the way, and as soon as you come off this first rail, you're going to hit the 8 ball and you're going to have serious problems, shooting the 6 ball. So the only safe place to be is in this zone right here. All this would be straight in, coming back along this line. If you extended this line to here, that would be straight in, and this has already been ruled out, this side. If you got right under, see, the problem with getting on back here is it would be possible if this 9 ball wasn't in your way. But if you got right below this line, you could probably, get super creative and try to come back on this side. But it's so dangerous. The only real safe place you have here is this zone right here. And you're just coming down 1 rail. Forget 2 rails and 3 rails. You're just bouncing off this rail and coming back between the 9 and the 7 ball, which is dangerous within itself. You're going to draw off this rail and come back through this way. It's tough. Yeah, you want to stay in this position and try to get this position off the 4, shooting on the 5. Alright, we're back. Everybody understand that? It wasn't easy to explain, but let's get on with this game. I've got a little bit of a difficult cut to just start this game on the 1 ball. And I'm still shaking my head over this 5 ball, trying to find the right place to get to in order to get back to this 6. So I cut it, and thank goodness we have a dead rail here, and it didn't go too far down table. The target for this 3 ball is the side pocket, and at this point, I don't even bother to get back to where the cue ball is now to get on this 5 ball. I cinched the 3, which is pretty much a stop shot. But now the big issue is this glaring 6 ball, and where exactly are we getting on this 5 ball to get back to this 6? Shooting this 4 ball into this rail to come 2 rails and bounce up for middle table. You can't do it. You simply cannot do it. And the 6 is in the way. It's an issue. It's an issue, and I'm going to show you. Sometimes you have to purposely run into balls just to avoid a coming problem down the future. Sometimes, other than just breaking balls out, sometimes you want to help other balls while you're shooting the object ball to get in a position to make it easier for you to run out. And this is one of those cases. I'm going to move this 6 ball to a place that makes it easier for me to run this table. So this way I can avoid worrying about this 9 ball, the 8 ball. Yeah, it's still perplexing me, but here's where I decided. You can almost see in my face. I'm just going to push that 6 ball to a better spot on the table. And now I have a long shot, and it's not straight in. I still have this angle, but there's a little bit of a trick here where you want to draw this ball a little bit. And so the cue ball is spinning backwards, and because you're thin cutting this, and because you're not hitting it really super hard, when it hits this rail, instead of turning in the top, which you don't want, that's what would happen if you shot it too hard. And it actually catches this rail, and now it's spinning in the right direction back down between this 9 and 7. Touchy. You don't want to hit the 9, and you don't want to hit the 7. But at this point, you can't go 3 rails. You're too straight in here. You're just going to have to go 1 rail back down table. And I avoid going 1 rail because it eliminates the angles that you need. And you're playing against the natural line and trying to get on the line. That is enough. That's not perfect, but that's good enough. And now we come to another problem with this 7 ball being very close to the rail here. And the air conditioner just kicked on, so there will be a pause here. So, okay, we're back, and the issue with the 7 ball, this is not exactly on the rail. It's a little bit off the rail. Maybe an inch and a half off the rail. If we get up too high on it, like right here, we're risking the scratch. This pocket is not cut right, and it will swallow that cue ball if we get too high. If we come down on this side of the rail, which is how I'm going to play it, and we get straight in, we have 2 options. We can stop the cue ball right in front of the pocket and take the difficult cut shot on the 8 ball while shooting off the rail. It's not going to be easy. Or we could roll down forward and bank the 8 in this corner, which will give us a natural position on the 9 ball. So this whole rack has been riddled with problems. So far we solved them. Let's see what I do here. I'm trying to get on the rail. If I do get right on the rail with the cue ball, I'll be able to roll up to the bottom rail and put a lot of left-hand English on it. and I do get on the rail. It might be a 1/4 inch off the rail, but I do, and that's what I'm looking at right here. And being this is further off the rail than the cue ball, I do have an angle to put a lot of left-hand English on this. Hit this bottom rail, and come out for this 8-ball. I believe the English died by the time I got to that bottom rail. So let's see what happens here. Putting a lot of left on this, and you have to compensate for the deflection and spinning that ball in, so you have to almost aim it to miss it. Now we come to another problem, and I'm jacked up on this. So what we need here is right hand English to come off this rail, and that'll spin it counterclockwise. That counterclockwise English won't take until it gets back to this rail, because it's spinning counterclockwise. It should come out for a decent shot on the 9-ball. Now pay careful attention. This is right bottom. Right hand bottom English, trying to get straight in, although it's not necessary to get straight in. I want to give myself this luxury. Again, because we're putting so much English on this ball, we have to compensate for deflection and the transfer of English onto the object ball. And you see when it hit this rail, it bounced back up in line for the 9-ball. Tough out. It was a tough out, but I did it. I think I just love the programs. Thank you guys. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. The page is growing. My subscribers are growing. The other day I got 4 subscribers in one day. It's like a world record. It's like a John record. If it keeps going like this, times will be better on YouTube. I think somebody at YouTube feels guilty for keeping me suppressed for years and years and years. And they're like, you know what, this guy's so persistent. Give him a break. List his damn videos. Of course, I learned some tricks and keywords and stuff like that, but I don't want to get into the politics of YouTube. I'm just going to keep cranking out these videos because it's what I love to do. I love to help people. I love reading the feedback. I love the family issue, the bond we all have. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it.